Morning and welcome to Morning Maths. Let's do some more practice. You just need your pencil and paper. Practice is what's going to make you better whatever level of maths you're at. You can always improve, and practice will make you faster, more accurate and improve your mathematics. Let's go with day 9. Oh, I've got to cover up these questions. There we go. Let's do that colour today. Let's do number 1. 400 plus something plus 4 equals 494. 400 plus something, a mystery, plus a 4 equals 494. So we have units, tens and hundreds. Over here, this 4 is worth, oh yeah, units, tens and hundreds. I put my hats on in the wrong order, but units, tens and hundreds. This 4 is worth 400, isn't it? So that one is up there. Over here, we just have units. So we've got this one. What's missing is this 9t. 9t is literally 9t, isn't it? 9t. 9t is, of course, 90. 9 tens is 90. So what's missing? It is 90. So 90 goes into the missing box. So what was missing was 90. That's what goes into the missing box. 400 plus 90 plus 4 equals 494. Let's go on to number 2. 412 plus, which of course means add, 412 plus 587. Let's do our addition. I don't think there's any carrying this time. Pause if you need time to copy down the question. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. They're all numbers that join together to make 9. 999 is our answer. Pause if you need more time to copy down the question. Let's move on to question 3. This is 999 minus 264. 999 minus 264. Pause if you need time to copy down the question, because it's quite fast to write with the mouse. And I know you're trying to be neat, hopefully, with your pencil. You might need a bit more time. So, 9 minus 4, that's 5. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 9 minus 2 is 7. Let's check over that. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 2 is 7. 735 is our answer. I'm going to be moving on to number 4. Please do copy that down. Get all the workings down. Pause if you need to. Number 4, 12 times 3. You can sing my way to this one. Older children will know their 12s. Year 3, we know our 3s, don't we? So I'm going to sing my 3s up to 12 times. 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15, 18, 21 and 24, 27 and 30, 33 and 36. I had to do the whole song to get to the 12th one, and it was 36. 12 times 3 is 36. And time to move on to question 5. So for question 5, 15 divided by 5. 15 shared between 5. So I'm going to share 15 anythings, just 15 of something, between 5. Let's get 15 green circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. We're going to share those between 5. I'm going to put them in groups of 5. So I'm going to make my groups with these big circles that will fit the green ones in. Hopefully I can squeeze 5 of these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm sharing between 5. Where am I going to put the 5th one? I'll squeeze it up here. 5. 15 shared between these 5 ovalish shapes. 1 in there. You have to be fair. 1. Oh my gosh. It's going to move them all together. That's a bit of a problem. 1 in there. 1 in there. This is not going as planned. 1 in there. 1 in there. 1 in there. This one in there. I'm sharing them out equally. A couple of the green circles have just given me a bit of trouble. This one in there. This one will work. This one's not going to work. what I'm actually going to do, there's 3 left, isn't there? I'm going to rub out those 3 and draw them again. There's the last 3. They're a bit smaller than usual, but now I can share them out. The computer was just locking them on. I wasn't able to share them properly. But when I finally shared out my 15 green circles into 5 groups, I can see there is 3 in each group. Teachers might do this at school, mightn't they, in PE or something? If there was 15 children and they wanted to put them into 5 groups, they would find out that 3 children were in each group. It's the kind of question teachers would have to do in PE. Let's move on to question 6 and the year 4 level questions. So question 6, something plus 90 plus 9 equals 999. Something plus 90 plus 9 equals 999. I managed to fit it all across here. Couldn't use my squares correctly. I don't have that many squares. So we have units, tens and hundreds. This one is units. This has units and tens. This one is a mystery. So our 9 units are there. You can see them in there in the answer. 9 units is there, and it's also there. We have 9 in the tens column, and there's a 9 in the tens column. So the 90 is there, and it's also there. What's missing is this 900. 900 is missing. 900 is 900. That's exactly what's missing, 900. Because 900 plus 90 plus 9 is 999. On to question 7. Pause if you need to. Question 7. Column addition, year 4 level, is 4 digits plus 4 digits. That's what we'd like all year 4 children to be able to do by the end of year 4. Confidently with accuracy, 4 digits plus 4 digits. And that doesn't mean just knowing the method, it means getting it right almost every time, or preferably if you can, every time. So units, tens, hundreds and thousands. What's another name for units? It is ones. So 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 5 is 11. 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. 6 plus 4 plus a little one. I don't always carry them in the same place, you can notice. I should carry them in the same place. Really below the line or above the line. But as long as you know where you're putting your carrying ones, you're okay. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So the plus makes things bigger. That got bigger. Just checking over what I've done to make sure I got it right. See if you can say that number in the next few seconds before I say it. Maybe the comma helps. 11,017. That's how we say that, 11,017. We'll move on to question 8. It's a reducing question, reduced, 4,000 reduced by 355. What number goes at the top in a takeaway? Hopefully you're saying the biggest number. 4,000, take away 355. Line up down the right. That's the right. If there's no decimals, you line up down the right. And there's not many decimals in year 4 until the end of year 4. So 0 take away 5 we can't do. We need to do some borrowing. We need to borrow all the way across from the 4. Goes down to a 3, lends 1 here. 10 can go down to a 9, lend 1. 10 can go down to a 9 and lend 1. So 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 5, 4. 9 take away 3, 6. And 3, don't forget the 3, very important. Most significant digit, most important digit, it's worth 3,000, isn't it? 3,000 because it's in a thousands column. 3 is a smaller digit than 5, but when it's in a thousands column, it's worth much more than 5 units. So minus made things smaller, 3,645. Let's move on. Question 9 next. Pause if you need to copy. Question 9, 37 times 4. 37 times 4. Grid method first from me. Grid method. 37 goes 30 and 7. Partitions into 30 and 7. 4 down here. Let's do the answers in blue. 4 times 3 is 12. Place a 0. 4 times 7 is 28. So we have 120 and 28. 120 plus 28. And would actually mean plus in maths. If you see and, it's normally going to mean plus. 120 plus 28. It's going to be 148. There we go, 148. Let's see if we get the same answer with the standard method. 37 times 4. 4 times 7, 28. This time the 2 is carried. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Really your adding is done. You don't have to do the adding at the end. It's kind of done for you with the carrying if you do the standard method. So do whichever method you prefer. Let's move on. Number 10. As Year 4 hadn't yet done their division topic, we're on Year 3 level division, but this is only done near the end of Year 3. So Year 4 is still at this level. Year 4 level, we only really add another digit. You do 4 digits divided by 1 instead of 3 digits divided by 1. So how many 4s fit into 7? It's 1, with a remainder 3. I'll draw a picture of that, why it was 1, remainder 3. Because we were saying how many 4s fitted into 7? If I draw 7 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many times can you get 4? How many times do you see 4 there? Well, there's 4, but there's only 3. So it's only once. That's why the 1 went on the top. One time you could get 4. And then we had 3 remaining. 1, 2, 3 remaining was 3. How many 4s in 32? I'll sing my 4s up to 32. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 and 28 and 32. That's 8. My fingers are telling me 8. Use your songs for that. And how many 4s in 4? Exactly 1. 181. 181. Okay. Let's move on to the Year 5 level questions. Number 11. 20 plus a mystery plus 0.82 equals 25.82. Well, what's not missing in the question is 20 and 0.82, so 20.82. But this is 25.82, so it's the 5 that's missing. Decimal point lines up. It's units, isn't it? It's 5 units. See if that works. 20 plus 5 is 25, and 0.82 is 25.82. So it was the 5 that was missing. Didn't put the question number on, did I? That was question 11. Let's move on to question 12. Adding up 2.5, and you've got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 2.5. You could do it with addition. But when you keep doing repeated addition, you keep adding the same thing, it's actually the same as multiplication. You could do 2.5 times 4 if you knew how to do that with the decimals. But I'm just going to add them. 5, 5, 5, 5 is 20. It's like 5 times 4. It's 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Comes to 10.0. 10.0, which is obviously the same as 10. 10 point nothing is just the same as 10. So you could put 10.0 or you could put 10. That's number 12 done. Let's go to number 13. We have take this from this. What number's bigger? 7,862 or 9,486? It's 9,486, so that's going to go on the top. The smaller number on the bottom. If you need to pause the video to copy, of course, just do that. 6 take away 2 is 4. 8 take away 6 is 2. 4 take away 8 we can't do, so we'll do some borrowing. That goes down to an 8, lends 1. 14 take away 8 is 6. 8 take away 7 is 1. 1,642. Minus made things get smaller. 1,600, I said that wrong, didn't I? 1,200, I can't say it. 1,624. Just check this now after I made that mistake there with how I was saying it. 1,624. In fact, I'm going to do a quick little inverse. I'm going to do the opposite sign with the answer and part of the question to check this one. Because I was confusing myself as I said it, so it's a possibility I've messed something up. I don't want to mess anything up. 9,486. It came back to the original number, so we're okay. Let's carry on with number 14. This is the product of. Product means times. That's something a lot of people don't know. Product means times. 573 times 7. 573 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 7, 49, plus 2, 51. 7 times 5, 35 plus 5, 40. 4,011. Times makes things a lot bigger usually. 4,011. Pause if you need to copy that. We'll move on to question 15. How many 50s in 250? How many 50s in 250? Could use the bus stop perhaps, but this is divide of course, but we're seeing how many 50s fit into 250. I'm just going to write my 50s out because it won't be that far. Hopefully you know your 50s. Should know these by the end of year 4. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. That's as far as I need to go. So how many 50s were in 250? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 there. So the answer is 5. How many 50s in 250? The answer is 5. Pause if you need to copy. We'll move on to the year 6 work. Get rid of that. And question 16. Mystery box. Lots of these at the moment, isn't there? Plus 8. Plus the tiny little decimal. Tiny little bit, 0.07. Equals 208.07. Maybe you're starting to notice the part that's missing now. We've done these for a few days. The 0.07, the 0.07 is there. That's okay. 8 units, 8 just before the decimal point. 8 units is there. It's this 200 that's missing, isn't it? It's the 200 that's missing. So the answer is 200 and 8 and 0.07 is 208.07. Let's move on to question 17. Combine, same word I had last time I did this, was on here, wasn't it? Combine, which means put together, which means add. 1,200 plus 1,900. This should be quite a simple addition once we know what combine means. Remember that combine, or 1,200 and 1,900 combined, is going to be a plus. That looks right, that's almost 2,000, isn't it? Yep, so 3,100 is the answer. Now we move on to question 18. Question 18. 537 less than 2,000. Biggest number at the top in subtractions, in column subtractions. 2,000 take away 537. We need to do some borrowing all the way across. Year 6 tend to be very good at this. Getting these 9s all the way across. 10 take away 7 is 3. 9 take away 6. 9 take away 3 is 6. 9 take away 5 is 4. 1 at the front. Minus should make things smaller. Minus did make it get smaller. 2,000 got smaller. Time for number 19. I'm going to line this up without the decimal point because times lines up in a weird way. So I'll line it up as if it was 432 times 4, which it's not, of course. It does have this decimal point. A child taught me this once. This little arrow, just basically saying to yourself, don't forget this decimal point at the end. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Well, this is roughly 4 and a bit. Let's pretend it's 4 for a minute. 4 times 4, it should be about 16. 1,728 is not about 16. But with 2 decimal places in the question, 2 decimal places in the answer, 17.28, that is about 16. 17 is pretty near to 16. So I'm happy with 17.28 as the answer. Now we get to number 20. Question 20 is not 8 divided by 5, it's divide 5 by 8. Divide 5 by 8. Won't work unless you do this. 0.00. I love this little trick at making 5 divide by 8. So how many 8s fit into 5? None. 8 can't fit into 5, it's too big. Carry the 5. How many 8s in 50? Well, sigma 8s don't go past 50. 8 and 16, 24 and 32, 40, 48, and that's all I can do. So that's 6. That was 48, but this says 50. So the remainder is 2. Oh, I'm not finished yet. That's a messy 2. I don't think 8 is going to fit exactly into 20. 8 and 16 makes 2, but there's still 4 left over. I'm going to need to place another 0 this time. Then I can carry the 4 over. So that's what you can do if you run out of space. It's just a habit of mine to put 2 on when I place 2 zeros on, but 5.00 is the same as 5.000, so you can put 3 on. You can put 4 on if you want. You rarely need 4. How many 8s fit into 40? 8 and 16, 24 and 32, 40. My fingers are saying 5. 0.625. So when you divide 5 by 8, you get 0.625. Time to have a look at the answers. Please don't just have a look at the answers at the start. The idea is just to check over what you've done once you've finished, because doing the workings is what you need to improve yourself, to learn the methods, to become accurate and to become fast in the end. Okay, thanks for listening. See you next time. Probably Mr. Blum tomorrow.